Okay, before I start this video, let me just say something. Uh, the number 4 and number 8 movies on my list really define my childhood. This is number 8, and this is Jurassic Park. And so since this is a color movie, I'm going to change it from black and white to color. Alright. So, I'm going to review one of my all-time favorite films, Jurassic Park, as I've been counting down my top 10 favorite films. Like I just said just a moment ago, this and my number 4 pick, which I'm giving clues to in the background. Hint, hint. King Kong. So, yeah, anyway, I'm not a big Transformers guy, I'm just gonna admit it now, or G.I. Joe, or any of those things, or Hot Wheels, Speed Racer, you know, whatever. I was into dinosaurs. All the way. Just dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were like the coolest thing ever. And I probably watched Jurassic Park well over 100 something times. I'm probably not kidding. Because when I was a kid, this was just like the coolest movie ever. Now I'm going to explain, as a 19-year-old college student, why I still enjoy this movie. Of course, this has an air of nostalgia to it. This is my first Spielberg film that I ever watched, and personally my favorite. And I still think the special effects and the story hold up fairly well. But basically, what's the plot of this movie if you've never seen it, you losers? Basically, you have these scientists who are invited to a sneak peek of this island theme park where these other scientists have genetically engineered dinosaurs. Which sounds awesome until there's a storm, people hack stuff, and then dinosaurs run amok throughout the park. So, this is a relatively simple story, but I think the actor, and simple characters, but the actors really convey this one. Such an example would be the Brachiosaurus sequence, when you first see the Brachiosaurus. Now, the special effect itself is not nearly as good as it used to be, in my opinion. But when Sam Neill looks at that Brachiosaurus, it's the best reaction you can get from any actor, in my opinion. And it's such a real reaction. I mean, you're astounded, you're wowed, you're humbled. You're seeing something that you only remember, that you always wanted to see ever since your childhood. So that's kind of part of the nostalgia factor for Jurassic Park. The thing with that sequence is that the Brachiosaurus is shot in the daylight, so it makes the special effect still somewhat admirable, because daylight special effects CGI shots usually don't turn out that good. The movie uses a combination of animatronics and CGI, and it does it very well, in my opinion. I still think, to this day, I think it might be some of the greatest special effects we've ever seen. You know, up there with the original Star Wars, Avatar, you know, those films. Even after 20 years, it can still hold up very well against anything, in my opinion. Now, other things I like, I just like the actors in general. I mean, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, Richard Attenborough. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson's in this. I think it's a pretty good cast. I'm not saying anybody should have been Oscar nominated, but it's a really solid cast for a, you know, family action adventure movie. Basically, I remember Steven Spielberg, reading something about Steven Spielberg, and it said, I wanted to make a good remake, I wanted to make a good sequel about Jaws on land. And I think that's basically what Jurassic Park is, because in some aspects it's kind of a thrill ride. Especially with the Velociraptors and the T-Rex and such creatures. Oops, sorry. Now, Roger Ebert and other people probably complain that there's not enough majesty in the film. I tend to disagree, because if there was too much majesty, I think the film would really slow down and become more sappy and sugar saccharine than most Spielberg films. I mean, I don't mind sappy sugar, you know, saccharine endings of Spielberg movies that much, but this is Jurassic Park. This is a different type of movie. Yeah, there's some room for majesty, but you're not going to take an hour and a half just to do that. No, you're not going to do that. Other great scenes, like the raptors in the kitchen, that's a very intense sequence even 20 years later. The T-Rex eating the lawyer, that's a classic. But my favorite scene, spoiler, is at the end where the T-Rex enters from frame right down and bites the raptor and shakes him like a rag doll, which is really awesome. Now, this sequence is amazing because David Coop, the screenwriter for Jurassic Park, was they had to rewrite the ending because they thought this T-Rex was going to be like the hero. Well, not the hero, but like the coolest dinosaur in the movie, and it was. So, sorry, what David Cope's do is going to decide. Well, he asked Spielberg, well, how is he going to get in this building? Spielberg's like, well, he's just going to enter from top of frame right, and bite the raptor. And he wasn't explaining how he was going to get into the building. He was explaining how he's going to get into Spielberg's movie. And for me, that's total cinematic genius. It's something that can only happen in a movie, can't happen in reality, and is very much like Sergio Leone. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. So, oh, by the way, when the T-Rex roars and you see that banner descend to the ground when dinosaurs ruled the earth, that just gives me chills every time I see that. That's just so awesome. John Williams' music, I mean, that's great. It's a great theme. That was my introduction to John Williams, actually. Not Star Wars, not E.T., Jurassic Park. So, what do I think of this movie overall? I mean, yeah, you could fix some stuff in it, but you could fix anything, a lot of things in any movie, and I think this is a great action adventure movie that can still stand up against anything that's out in theaters right now. In fact, I'd rather see this over a lot of the stuff that's in theaters right now. Like the stupid Tom Cruise action movies that are out there. I'd rather see this than those any day. So, that's really about it. Hope you guys liked the video, and next time I'm going to be talking about another color film, so you're going to see this in color still. The Red Shoes. Michael Powell Emmerich Pressburger's 1948 masterpiece, winner of 2 Academy Awards and nominated for Best Picture, shot by Jack Cardiff. But that's information for the next episode. I'll see you guys later. Peace.